What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today is officially draft day, and today we are going to be doing a Elijah Moore San Francisco 49ers rebuild. Before we get into today's video though, guys, if you could leave a like and of course subscribe if you're new around here, that'd be greatly appreciated. I also have a mock draft on my football talk channel with 3 of my friends. If you want to go watch a mock draft, I'll have the link to that in the description. Also posted it in the community tab today. But basically, there's been a mock trade that's been or a trade, I guess, that's been discussed about a potential Deebo Samuel to the Jets thing, obviously, which we kind of did a Deebo Samuel Jets rebuild, and that seems like the most obvious place for him. And Elijah Moore is what the 49ers want in return. Apparently, they were high on him in the last draft, so they would want Elijah Moore in return with pick number 8, or pick number 10, I should say, and then other picks as well. But today, I literally was only able to get pick number, it's 10 technically, but in Madden, it was 8 because obviously the draft order is incorrect, and we got Elijah Moore out of it. So Deebo Samuel is gone. So basically, we are doing the 49ers side of things where if they did trade Deebo Samuel, we get Elijah Moore in return, kind of see how that would look. Now, right now, they have George Kittle at right guard, so it looks like we really badly need to draft a right guard because we don't have a right guard on the roster. So somewhat in this draft, we should definitely address the guard position. But now you have Elijah Moore and Brandon Ayuk. Now, you probably still want to draft a wide receiver with that 10th pick you get in return for the Jets, I would imagine. I mean, you could definitely go a number of ways with it, but they also moved on from Reese Hurst, and then obviously free safety might be something we need to look into. So there's kind of some gaping holes here, and then we're going to trade Jimmy Garoppolo in the video probably after the draft because I don't think they're going to be able to trade him before the draft. So let's jump right into this. So we don't have our own first because of the Trey Lance trade. Yeah, that's right. So let's go to, technically, like I said, this should be pick number 10, but it's number 8 here. So pick number in this draft order isn't correct at all. But like I said, if you want to see a mock draft, link to that is in the description. And of course, it's on the other channel. Go subscribe, leave a like, greatly appreciated. But here we are at pick number 8, or I guess 10 technically. Garrett Wilson still on the board at Ohio State. Makes a lot of sense, to be honest with you, especially after trading Deebo Samuel. Now, we did get Elijah Moore in return, but I don't think that totally rules us out by drafting a wide receiver, which is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to be grabbing Garrett Wilson here with his 8th overall pick, which should be 10 in real life. So just like that, walk away with Garrett Wilson. So now we feel pretty good, and we kind of replaced Deebo Samuel as much as we could. So now we're going to go to our 2nd round pick, which is a very late second, and let's see what we get here. So we definitely need to address the guard position because right now we literally have George Kittle, and we also literally need a free safety as well. So there's honestly kind of some gaping holes here we need to take care of. So really doesn't matter. We have to come away with a lot of things here. So you have Boy Mafe and Tyreek Smith down here as well, and then Marvin Leo, Brian Cook. So Nick Bonito, I take him a lot. JT Woods, though, free safety. His coverage looks absolutely not great, so I don't think I'll take JT Woods here as much as we do need a free safety. Kyron Williams, Max Mitchell. I mean, we do need some offensive line. I don't know if we could, like, maybe move Max Mitchell to, like, the guard spot, I guess, because our tackle spot is pretty bad, right? Or not tackle, our guard spot, obviously. Or do we want to go ahead and take, like, Brian Cook or DeMarvin Leo or Boy Mafe or Tyreek Smith? I think I'm going to go ahead and take the offensive lineman because we do need offensive line help really badly. So Max Mitchell ends up being normal dev, but he'll have to probably just get plugged in there immediately. So at round 3 pick number 29, I kind of hope one of those pass rushers are here because it would be great to get one of them just to add to the depth on the D-line. So let's see if we get that lucky. So you have JT Woods still here, which it says potential undrafted free agent. You got Kirby Joseph, day 3 talent. And it looks like all those guys are gone, which makes sense. Not sure why I would still be here. Then Donovan West out of Arizona State. But I really don't want to go back-to-back offensive linemen, to be honest with you. So do we take Nick Cross or Kirby Joseph here? So Nick Cross, if we look at him, he doesn't look that bad. And I think he's decent in real life. D-zone, I'll take him. Nick Cross, welcome to the 49ers. We do need a safety really badly. We also kind of need a defensive tackle, which I don't know if I'll be able to address that here in round 4 or not. So we can go ahead and see if we can get a tackle here. But there's definitely more work to be done even after this draft. And of course, like I said, we're going to trade Jimmy G. I mean, I imagine Jimmy G wouldn't be traded until like there's a potential somebody gets hurt in training camp kind of thing. Or maybe there's a team that still doesn't have a quarterback. Who knows? We'll see what happens there. But I don't think we need to draft another wide receiver. We do kind of, I mean, we could walk away with like a corner. But D-man coverage, I don't think it really matters who we take here. I think it's not going to be that great regardless. So I'll just take a corner, and I'm going to head out of this draft. So we come away with Garrett Wilson, which is the highlight of this draft. Get Max Mitchell. Hopefully he could play like guard and be fine, but obviously still more work to be done. Then Trey Lance will be starting this next year as I punch my desk with some more weapons here. So this is what our roster currently looks like as of right now. So basically I have Trent Williams, Banks, Max School, and McGlinchey. Max Mitchell didn't end up being that great out of the draft, so not getting a starting spot. Our offensive line definitely needs some work. The guard spots are kind of weak. Trent Williams is going to retire. McGlinchey and then Mack is kind of old too. So McGlinchey, I think, might be the only one that's going to be here for like long term in this video. You got Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, and Brandon Ayuk. I kind of want to put Garrett Wilson as like our number 1, Brandon Ayuk as the 2, and then Elijah Moore in the slot. I think that'd be nice. And then Garoppolo, again, I think I want to start Trey Lance. Obviously, he's superstar dev, so I definitely want him to start. Defensively, a little weak, not gonna lie. So Nick Cross only ended up being a 67 overall. Odom here is 28 years old. So honestly, yeah, our secondary is really bad as well. Eric Armstead, Kinlaw, and then obviously Nick Bosa, which is awesome. But yeah, we really badly need to probably just put Nick Cross at free safety and just hope for the best there. He's going to be a rookie, so hopefully he just develops a little bit. But other than that, our safeties, secondary is literally so bad. Offensive line is bad too, so need to work on that a little bit more. But it is what it is. I think I am going to go ahead and start to trade away. I'm going to actually add Jimmy G to the trade block, and we'll see what teams offer for me instead of me going to search for a trade. So we're going to go ahead, though, and get into this season and see how we do. Nick Cross is a 67 overall, but I really don't care. I'm still going to put him out there and hope for the best. And then our defensive lineman, really bad as well with Ubakam as an end, right? So I don't know if we should we put him at D tackle? Yeah, I think I will. I think I'm going to put him at D tackle, and then that'll be my last move. But definitely more work to be done in the offseason for sure. So at the end of the season, even after having so many gaping holes, we still made the playoffs at 10-7, which is a really good sign. So hopefully Trey Lance was really good. We're going to upgrade everybody here, and then let's go see what we need to look at as far as stats are concerned and see if Trey Lance was really that guy. Offense was 18th in the NFL. Defense, let's see, was 19th. So not bad on both sides of the ball. Trey Lance, really good year. And then we really didn't trade Jimmy Garoppolo, which is kind of an L on our part, to be honest with you. I imagine the 49ers wouldn't botch that as much as I just did here. So that is totally my bad. I don't know why I forgot to trade him. But Elijah Mitchell, 12 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Receiving-wise, George Kittle, 1,300 yards. Elijah Moore with 800. Garrett Wilson with 700. And Ayuk with 800. So we definitely have some weapons for Trey Lance, which is great. And then sacks-wise, 14.5 from Nick Bosa, 11 from Eric Armstead, 6.5 from Kinlaw, 3.5 from Greenlaw, and then you also have Charles here, and then Fred Warner with 2.5, and Ubakam at D tackle, which we will move him back once we get a actual D tackle. Interception, Jimmy Ward. Did Nick Cross do anything special? He went up to the 72 overall. That's not too bad. We'll take that. All right, let's see if we can go ahead. I'm not even going to jump into this game because I just don't even think we're going to make a good run here, but we'll see what happens. And wow, we actually beat the Arizona Cardinals in round 1. Usually I do jump into the games, but since I know we have like so many gaping holes, I'm just kind of chilling here and just going to see if we can beat Green Bay as well. Simulating next week. Do we make it to the NFC Championship? No, we lose to Green Bay, which makes sense. Green Bay finally beats the 49ers in the playoffs. Just kidding. I think they've done it before, right? Maybe they haven't. I don't know. Because I feel like the 49ers have beaten Green Bay a lot in the postseason, but we get our contract extended, which is good. But let's get into the offseason where we're going to be fixing this team even further because obviously tons of gaping holes. So Madden says we have $115 million in cap space to work with. I don't know if that number is right. It probably isn't, but I will take it because obviously a lot of things to address this offseason. Jimmy Garoppolo being a free agent, like I said, I kind of botched that. I should have been able to trade him, and I just totally messed up on that. But definitely would like some offensive line depth, especially for this cheap. I'm for sure wanting Justin School back. I would love to have him, so he is back. Ray McLeod, Ubakam, probably not going to worry about. Mosley, we'll see. Nick Bosa, obviously first priority here. We definitely want Nick Bosa back. No reason not to want him back, so we're going to give him a fat extension, so hopefully he's willing to accept that. That's a lot of our money, but obviously Nick Bosa is going to be worth that. Jimmy Ward, I'm not going to bring back. Greenlaw, I do want back, though, for sure. So we're going to get Greenlaw, and he is back. So just like that, McGlinchey, like our only offensive lineman, definitely would like him back. So this is going to give us about $50 million to work with, which is great. So Mitch, I'm not going to worry about a punter too much. Mosley, I definitely want mine back, but we're about to have like $50 million, give or take, re-signed. So just like that, he is back. Okay, so again, really mad at myself for not trading Jimmy Garoppolo when I had the chance, but I'm a bum. So what do you expect? So let's go ahead and see what our offense is looking like, what the defense is looking like. Did Trent Williams retire on us? He might have. I'm not sure if he did because that's another. He did retire. So Trent Williams is gone. So a lot of work to be done on this offensive lineman. I feel like the Bengals right now, where we need to retool our offensive line like crazy. I mean, they literally had George Kittle at offensive lineman. That's how bad it was. So I love my wide receiver core with Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson. Defensively, Nick Cross, and then we lost Jimmy Ward. So secondary and O-line, even D-tackle, a lot to do here, a lot to get done. So I might end up cutting Alex Mack as well. I'm not really sure how much money he's making, but I wouldn't mind moving on from him. Let's see if I could. So savings wise, we got $11 million with Eric Armstead. Alex Mack is making, oh, it only seemed like $3 million. So probably better off just keeping him than cutting him for that $4 million or whatever. So let's go to free agency. Offensive line, secondary is quite literally bad. So that's what we need to address. So thankfully, we don't need a quarterback. We need Jason. We have Jason Kelly. We have Yannick Ngakoue. If I needed ends, I would go for Yannick, but don't really need it. Darnell Savage, honestly, could definitely use a Darnell Savage here. Montez Sweat. Nate Davis, I definitely want. Conklin, I would definitely want. So if we can walk away with like 3 O-linemen out of this free agency class, I'd be very, very ecstatic. And then hopefully a couple corners as well. Maybe we go D-tackle in the draft. I think we could walk away nice there. But definitely need to get to work here. So let's spend some money here on this free agency class. And let's see what we're going to get. I'm going to offer quite a bit of contracts. So I'll come back to you once I have everyone that I have offered, and then we'll see who accepts and who doesn't. All right, so I think I have all my negotiations that I want here. So we have obviously secondary, which is a big gaping hole with Sean Murphy-Bunting and Darnell Savage. Hopefully Nate Davis and Jack Conklin on our O-line. So hopefully we're able to get all 4 of them. We have a kind of, lead here with the negotiations with all 4. So to get all 4, that would be great, because that would be some good spending in free agency. Definitely needed it. And of course, we get half. Okay, so we do address secondary, and we do address offensive line. So I guess we kind of walk away a little bit happy, but at the same time, would have been much better to have all 4 of them. So Darnell Savage declining and Conklin declining. Definitely sucks, because tackle position, obviously, one of the most important positions, arguably. So really disappointed. We did get Nate Davis, which is great, which I'm happy with. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely sucks. We did not walk away with Jack Conklin as well. So we got Sean Murphy-Bunting to add to the secondary, which I think is great. Javarius Ward and Mosley are serviceable. Safety position still very, very bad, but you know what? There is a certain safety I know we could definitely get, and he's always a stud, and Jalen. So he usually ends up falling in the draft, so I'll probably end up getting him in the draft. But as far as free agents still left, because we still have quite a bit of money to spend if we want to. I don't know if there's any good D-tackles. We have Akeem Hicks, which Akeem Hicks as a veteran might not be a terrible idea to grab him. And then we don't really need ends at all. Left outside linebacker. I mean, we don't really need linebackers necessarily. Azeez Al-Shaair is quite young. If we wanted to walk away with a corner, we definitely could, but I don't think I'm going to worry about it. And then the other position, obviously, was O-line. So tackle spot is very bad, and I don't think I'm going to be able. We have Brian Bulaga, which he would be serviceable for a year. So I might go get Brian Bulaga for 1 year. Why not? So Brian Bulaga, and then the other guy, again, I had kind of some negotiations on. What was the other guy I was kind of interested in? I literally just said Akeem Hicks. That's right. So if I could throw Akeem Hicks on a 1-year deal as well, next to Kinlaw, I'd be happy with that. So Akeem Hicks and Brian Bulaga. So just 2 vets, basically. I'll increase Akeem Hicks' salary. 1-year deals for both of them. So we'll sign, hopefully, both of those guys, and then we'll be heading to the draft with the idea of drafting Jalen, probably with our round 1 pick, and then offensive line still kind of, and of course, we don't get Akeem Hicks, but do get Brian Bulaga, which is great, but no Akeem Hicks. So D-tackle is still a very big gaping hole. So $19 million, did not get Akeem Hicks. That would have been really solid if we did get him. Of course, we did not. And I don't really think there's any other. You have Malik Collins, you have Justin Jones. So any of these guys would be fine. But I'd probably just go in the draft and draft a D-tackle. I mean, that's the best thing I can do. So D-tackle and strong safety is our biggest hole right now. And an O-line still as well. So first 3 picks in this draft have to be those picks. And hopefully we're able to get all of them. Dexter would be awesome. If I could trade into round 1, I would do that, but we'll see what happens. I totally forgot we don't even have a round 1 pick in this draft, man. That is so disappointing. Okay, we have to get creative. So round 3 and round 1 next year, we have to trade into the first round. There's no question. So I'm going to trade my first next year, which obviously kind of sucks, but I definitely want a first in this draft. So pick 8. Bengals at pick number 13. I think I'd be comfortable with getting pick 13. And if honestly on top of that, I could get I mean, this might be wishful thinking, but okay. So let's say we threw in our second next year as well. and try to move up into this draft. Decline. Yeah, we're not gonna make that happen. So we just get round 1, please. No. Oh man, it's gonna cost a lot more. So okay, maybe we shoot a little bit more towards the bottom a little bit. Maybe not 13. So let's try like 20. Even 18 wouldn't be too bad. So 18 for round 3 to pick 1 next year. They almost accept it. Let me see if I can squeeze a second out of them as well. Even though the Broncos, I don't even think should have this draft pick because of the Russell Wilson trade. Of course, it's not updated because it's Madden. But let's see if they would accept this. They do not, which sucks. I would have loved for them to accept that. Unless we trade like another round 1, they'd probably accept it. Which, I don't know if I want to go that... Oh, I can't even trade another round 1. Never mind. So, let's just try for pick number 18, I guess. We're trading a round 1 next year. And I'll trade a 7th or a 6th in this draft. And we are going to be into the first round now with the Denver Broncos. Like I said, even though they really shouldn't have that pick regardless. But let's jump into the draft now that we have a first round pick. We have a second. And then do we even have our second? Or I think I traded my 3rd. So, yeah, it'll be a little rough. But let's see if we can get here regardless. So, I definitely want D tackle or strong safety here. So, you have tight end. You have a linebacker. You have Ojulari, but of course, who I want is Jalen for sure. So even right tackle and Miles Hinton wouldn't be too bad. But I think I'm always going to go with Jalen Catalan here. He's always a stud coming right out of the draft, and we need a strong safety. And the worst way is we get Jalen, and now at pick number 2, if we get lucky and have one of those guys fall to me, that would be great. But I don't know if I'll get that lucky, so let's see. Let's see what we got on the board at round 2, pick number 25. So D tackle or offensive line here for sure. So we got Corral. We have Darnell Wright. She may not be too bad to go ahead and throw in here. Jay Quillen Roy actually isn't terrible. TJ Johnson, Dorian Strong, McKinley Jackson. So which one would we rather have is the question, man. Now I really, really wish we were able to get what we wanted to out of that other draft or out of the free agency, but unfortunately we did not. So it's either basically we go offensive line here, Walter or so it's either basically we go, well, who's the guy I was looking at? Darnell Wright out of Tennessee. We don't know anything about him, but we do need a tackle, or we go defensive lineman. I'm going to go Darnell Wright. He has normal dev, which is really disappointing. I would have rather have had a hit development. And then, really wish we had a round 3 pick here. I really wish, but hopefully I get lucky and maybe like a D tackle drops here in round 4 that's serviceable. We'll see if I get that lucky. We have DeMonte Capart and then Amari Thomas. We have a couple of D linemen here, but I don't know how good they really will be. I mean, they're round 4 picks for a reason. And we're probably just going to have to be, grab DeMonte here. Oh, he's hidden development. Oh, okay. That was actually really lucky. So just like that, we get a hidden development D tackle out of the draft, which is so clutch. So we addressed everything we needed, basically. I don't know how good Darnell Wright will be on day 1, but I'm really happy we got a hidden development D tackle in round 4. That's actually a huge W. And then we also got a hidden development strong safety. So feeling pretty good about how that draft went, and we're slowly but surely filling out our gaping holes. So the offensive line is improved a little bit. Obviously, we still are gonna have to replace Bulaga and Alex Mack after this season. So it literally isn't patched whatsoever. It's still just kind of standing on its last leg, if you think. But Davis and McGlinchey are definitely guys going forward, and even Aaron Banks could definitely be a guy going forward. So we're definitely just gonna have to replace our center and a tackle. We got Mitchell, but obviously he wasn't that great. I forgot we even got Brian Bulaga, to be honest with you, but it still was necessary to draft a offensive lineman. So Capar ended up being a 69 overall, which is actually solid. And then Jalen ended up being obviously a 77, and Nick Cross. So we're basically relying on some young safeties to get it done. Secondary is upgraded a little bit with Sean Murphy-Bunting coming over, but we made the playoffs last year, and I think we've gotten better. But we'll see what happens. I'm not sure what to expect with Madden, obviously. So we'll see if we can end up making it to the playoffs and being a good team again this year, like season number 1 was for us, but we'll see what happens. So at the end of the season, we once again did make the playoffs, but this time we went 9-8, and guess what? We get to play the Green Bay Packers. I feel like the Packers and 49ers are always meeting up in the postseason, it feels like. So let's go take a look at the stats for this season. See how my man... Madden strikes again. I didn't think they'd be able to sign Tom Brady because literally... we had no money. How the hell did we get Tom Brady? Madden cracks me up, dude. I swear, bro. Every freaking time. This man, Tom Brady, always finds a way to appear on my roster. Every freaking time. Get the hell off my roster, Tom Brady. I don't know what you're doing here. Okay. Again, Madden strikes again. Dude, I did not think we'd have enough money to sign. Whatever. It's my fault. I blame myself. I definitely blame myself. So let me go get a quarterback who is not Tom Brady. So let's sign like Jacoby Brissett. So let's just pretend that didn't. I guess we had a little bit of money. I didn't think. Madden, I love you so much. I just gotta love you. But stats and awards. So obviously Trey Lance only had 11 passing yards. What a freaking stud, man. Only 11 passing yards. We still made the playoffs. Freaking stud. But honestly, really disappointing that Trey Lance did not get to start this year. That's so annoying. But rushing wise, 10 touchdowns. Receiving wise, Brandon Ayuk, Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson. So Tom Brady came in and developed the guys, I guess you could say. Sacks wise, Eric Armstead 11.5, 10.5 for Nick Bosa, Kinlaw with 8, and then Capehart came in and ended up being star development at 73 overall, so that's not too bad. Interceptions 3 from Warner. So I mean, let's just go into this playoff game. I mean, I still have trust in Trey Lance, even though I guess he really didn't get to play this year, which is really unfortunate. But let's go ahead and jump in and see if we could beat the Green Bay Packers, which they still do have Aaron Rodgers. And then they also have a superstar X-Factor corner, which is solid for them. But let's see if we can come into Lambeau and beat the Green Bay Packers like we did, obviously, in real life this previous season. So let's see how it goes down. So cold game again. We get the ball to start things off. Trey Lance not playing all year. Maybe a little rusty here, but so far, nothing. Aaron Rodgers puts up a touchdown. Trey Lance, nothing so far. He did win a playoff game last year, but obviously, like I said, Tom Brady starting probably hindered his development even more. It's my fault, though. I put my full blame in myself for that, and I don't think we even have a chance here. It looks like Trey Lance just not having a fun day at all. So I think it's safe to say we lost this game, but it's okay. It's my fault. It's definitely my fault. Definitely my fault. I will go in this season number 3. Trey Lance could probably easily be like an 80 overall right now, but I'm an idiot, and I allowed Madden to sign Tom Brady out from under me. So let's get in this offseason, though, and let's get to some more work. We're not really going to have the draft to help us out this time. We obviously kind of traded picks, so let's see if we can make something happen. So the scary part about this offseason is we literally have no money. We have $60 million in cap space, and that's about it. And not many important free agencies, which is a good sign, so that's good. Charvarius Ward, maybe a guy you could argue is decently important. Cost me about $6 million, so I really don't think I could sign him. Not going to get Beloga back, and then Alex Mack probably just retired, I assume. So let's go figure out what we need to do to help out this team. So $60 million. We are an 88 overall, which is good. So we're happy about that. We need to sign a backup quarterback because we can't have Tom Brady coming back. Offensive line is decent. No, actually, we have 2 guys, so never mind. It's not decent. So we have McGlinchey, Nate Davis, Arthur Banks. That's it. So we need a center and a tackle. Defensively, we lost a corner, but we looks like we have a 77 overall young corner, so that's actually a good sign. So I think, and then Greenlaw went up to superstar Devin. Catalan is star development, and then Nick Cross is up to a 75 overall. So we're going to have to roll with it. So basically, the only 2 positions I can realistically sign this offseason is center and tackle. And I'm going to have to just be happy with that. And I need to get a quarterback as well because, yeah, we definitely need a quarterback. So at this point, we need we need offensive line, which Tyron Smith's going to cost too much. This is a decently good free agency class, but again, center and tackle is our thing. So JC Treader 100% fits the bill here. Going to sign him 1,000%. So JC Treader, and then we need a cheap tackle. So let's see, we got Tyron Smith, which I'm not going to be able to get him. Cam Robinson in real life actually agreed to a deal with the Jaguars. Good for him. Right tackle, Ryan Bulaga. So, I mean, if I could afford Tyron Smith, I would, but I don't think I'm going to be able to, so that's not going to happen. So basically, we have to go for like Cam Robinson or Greg Little here. So we're going to go for Greg Little, who has no offer, so we might have a better chance of getting him. So Greg Little and JC Treader to plug in the offensive line a little bit. And then we're going to have leftover money for a quarterback, which actually I might do that right now because can't have Madden signing Tom Brady again. I didn't even think we would have enough money to do something like that. So that's why I wasn't even worried about that. But I guess Tom Brady signed for cheap, I guess. Quarterback position. Let's go scrape at the bottom of the barrel. And let's get like Felipe Franks, I guess. Sign him to a deal. Looks like I can't even afford him. That would put me... Oh, whoa. We don't want that. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I just can't afford Felipe. So hopefully Madden doesn't just like, sign a quarterback for me. But I'll have to make sure this time. But let's see if we get JC Treader and Greg Little in free agency to improve our own line. If we do, I'll be ecstatic. And we got both of them. So that improves our own line like crazy, which I'm very ecstatic about. We do have a 2nd round pick. So we maybe could go into this draft and get something. But offensive line... definitely a lot better now. So Greg Little can start on the opposite side, or McGlinchey and then Treader. So yeah, very, very solid O-line now. Trey Lance, superstar dev. I'm very pissed off that he didn't get to develop last year even more. He probably would be like an 82 overall, maybe potentially, but it is what it is. I took my L, and I will own it. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually probably just gonna skip past the draft, to be honest with you, and I'm just gonna go straight into this next season, and hopefully, and I'm gonna make sure Madden doesn't sign anybody for me, and we'll see in season number 3 with Trey Lance fully being the starter in season number 2, I guess, for him, if we can make the playoffs again, because Tom Brady kind of took that reign last year. So at the end of the season with, I think, Trey Lance is the full-time starter here, we actually made the playoffs at 11-6. Let's fully upgrade our roster. It looks that way because Trey Lance is getting 2 upgraded, which is good. So Trey Lance has been working out for us, which is also a really positive sign, because obviously, as we know, the 49ers gave up a lot to trade up for him, and then 7th in the NFL for the offense, and then defensively, 6th in the NFL. Okay. Offensively, touchdowns wise, Trey Lance 33 and 16. So 16 interceptions, up to an 83 overall. Imagine what he could be right now if I let him start that last year, man. Trey Sermon 7 touchdowns. Then Elijah Mitchell has been really good throughout the video. Receiving wise, George Kittle 1,000 yards, 1,800 and 750 from Garrett Wilson. And defensively, we have 15.5 sacks from my man Nick Bosa, 7.5 from Kinlaw, 5.5 from Eric Armstead, and DeMonte with 3.5, up to a 75 overall, which is nice. And then Fred Warner and then Dre Greenlaw got in there as well. Interceptions, 3 from Warner, 2 from Greenlaw, 1 from Thomas, 1 interception from each of our corners. But obviously what matters is winning playoff games. So we won our very first playoff game in like the very first season, and then obviously this last year we lost very badly to Green Bay. So wishful thinking here. Hopefully we can bounce back from that playoff game last year and see if we can beat the New Orleans Saints. Jumping right into this bad boy, playing offense only. Hopefully Trey Lance can have himself a good game, especially playing this full season. Starting off not great, but we get a stop here in the midfield, and we still don't score after that. We need a touchdown. I mean, it looks like we have great field position and not walked away with the score. Another good field position is 10-0. So defense is playing phenomenal. We're up 17-0, so things are looking good. 3-17. We get another good field position there with interception from Murphy Bunting. The Saints could easily get back in this game, though, if we allow them to, so hopefully we don't. And it is 10-27, so things are looking good. Interception again, so I think our defense played really nicely. Another interception, just a lot of turnovers. Actually, I'm curious. Ooh, Sean McVay, Saints head coach. Who was starting for the Saints? It was Jameis Winston. 4 interceptions, is that right? 3. So Trey Lance, solid. But now we go on the divisional round to see who we get to play. Brandon Ayuk, Elijah Mitchell, decent games, but let's see who we get to play in the divisional round after beating the Saints pretty good, pretty badly. So divisional weekend here is going to have to run through the Dallas Cowboys like usual. 49ers Cowboys classic game. Obviously, the 49ers beat the Cowboys in real life this real life season, so hopefully we can kind of repeat history here and do it again at AT&T Stadium and see all these fans disappointed. But wow, there's a mix of 49ers fans here as well. So let's go ahead and see if we can come in and take over. So the Cowboys, I think, start off with a touchdown. So we're going to need to repeat that. And no, it's 14-0. We do get 7-14. Get a stop. We do. Can we go put up 14? No, we turn it over. It looks like anyway. So it's 14-21. So we're not totally out of it yet. We're putting up some points, but we're allowing the Cowboys to do the same exact thing. We need some points here in the worst way. We do get some. All right, we need some points. I'm going to come in here and get some points from my man Trey Lance. We are at the 5-yard line. So I definitely have to have a really good drive. But I think I have the ability to do that. We also have to make sure, wow, this actually could be a nice play to Elijah Moore right now. If I get enough time anyway. I think I should have George Kittle wide open, hopefully. Yep, I think that's there. George Kittle wide open, catch and run. What an absolute freaking play. That is exactly what your boy needed. So that is a 95-yard touchdown to George Kittle. What a freaking play. That's exactly what we needed. Hopefully get a stop here. And of course we do not. So defense does not get the stop we need. We do put up some points. Get a stop. Allow me to come back in the game. No, it is start. Oh, wait, we have a chance. We have a chance. We're only down 6. This is exactly where we want to be. We have 1 timeout, down 6. I wish I could go back to that same play and just kind of get lucky again. Just like they literally allowed it to kind of happen. I don't think this play is going to go anywhere. Screw it. Okay, thankfully that was out of bounds, I think. Yes, oh my goodness, got so lucky. I literally usered Brandon Ayuk and he didn't move. I don't know what happened there, but I do like Ayuk on this press coverage here, or George Kittle. We don't really need the home run bomb, so I'm just going to go to George Kittle, which, okay. let's settle down here for a second because I'm throwing some scary balls. You know what? Let's go back to that same play earlier. You know, it kind of helped us out. George Kittle got wide open. If not, we have X as well, which is Ayuk, I believe. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I don't think anything is open. So you know what? I do have my man Trey Lance. I'm gonna get that first down. 1:17 left on the clock. I need a good drive here. Looks like the Cowboys are talking that smack on the sideline. PA Crossers always ends up doing me pretty well, I think, as well. So let's see if we get lucky here. Brandon Ayuk, if you could get open. George Kittle, if you could get open. Any of you could get open here, I would be ecstatic. It doesn't look like I might have Ayuk wide. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's just another scary ball. All right, 330. Maybe I just beat them on the ground, man. I don't know. Maybe I just beat them on the ground. I'm going to go back to the same George Kittle play. And maybe this time I'll have George Kittle open again because I do love this play a lot. I think they're blitzing. So I think George Kittle is going to be wide open again, which is an absolute freaking W. So yeah, I might be cheesing the system a little bit, but I am happy with that. So now we can maybe start to run the football a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't use that timeout though if I was going to do that. But it's all right. We are inside the 30. We're not quite in the red zone yet. So I'm going to look for Kittle. If Ayuk gets open as well, which I think Ayuk might. Actually, no, I'm just going to go to Kittle. Just be safe. Just in case. I should have definitely got out of bounds there, but that's all right. We definitely are going to run a little bit of clock. That way the Cowboys cannot respond. I think I might have Ayuk wide open here, but I'm not going to take the chance. I'm going to scramble this, and I'm going to get out of bounds inside the 10. 36 seconds left in the clock. Probably going to kill them on the ground again with Trey Lance's feet. So let's just go back to empty mesh, and let's see if we can get Kittle. Or it looks like we have Murdoch. Okay, I don't like throwing it to either of those guys, to be honest with you, but that's who's on the field. So, Forrestall, if you could come out here, I'd get Forrestall. I don't know how you say your name, but if you could, you know, score this game-winning touchdown, you know, I'd be happy with you. And it looks like we might have PI here, or this is gonna be, I don't know what the play is gonna be. But Trey Lance puts up a touchdown, scramble it in. Is this holding or is this PI? I don't know. It's holding. Damn, I thought I was going to have PI. So it's holding on the offense. Damn, JC Treader, you killed me here, man. Okay, we have to do that. We have to do it again. It's all right, though. JC Treader gets the penalty. I'm not too upset with that, though, because I think we'll be able to punch it in regardless. I actually am going to get sacked here. Okay, not good at all. I'm going to have to... Oh, gosh. Okay, now it's getting not great. Now it's not looking very good at all. So... All right, man. We're going to need a miracle here. JC Treader killed me with that penalty. I'm going to have to throw it away again, and that's going to be intentional grounding. I'm going to lose even more yards. All right. This is 4th and goal from the 44. Does not get much worse than that. This play has worked for me, so I'm going right back to it. I'm going right back to the George Kittle play, and I'm hoping for a miracle. If I have Brandon Ayuk be his man as well, I'm going to go to him. Let's see if I get lucky. Brandon Ayuk, I'm going to throw it to him. Brandon Ayuk, please, baby. Did he catch that? Yes, he did. Let's go. 4th and... Let's freaking go, baby. Let's go. What a clutch throw from Trey Lance. 4th and goal from the 44. Let's freaking go, baby. On in the NFC Championship. Let's get it, baby. I didn't just do all that just to lose in the NFC Championship, Trey Lance. So you better come out here and play your damn heart out. We're going up against the Giants. Let's get it. Come on. We just beat the Cowboys. We should run through the Giants. Thankfully, anyway. Or hopefully, anyway. 7-3. Okay. Giants, okay, could have taken the lead, but they only get 6 out of it. It is 6-10. Giants do take the lead now. It's 13-10. Trey Lance, please score. Man, what are you doing? 16-10. No, Lance, you're not going to lose after all that. After everything I did for you guys, 13-19. Trey Lance come down and score. He gets it done. 19-20, get the stop. I'm going to trust Trey Lance. I'm going to trust him. He does it for me. It's 27-22, and the Giants take the lead with 40 seconds left. But I do have all 3 timeouts. You know what? We're going to go back. I might go back to the same play. I mean, it's been working. So I'm going to try Brandon Ayuk on Crossers, though, real quick. See if this gets open. I think I might have Kittle, actually. So I'm just going to take Kittle. Brandon Ayuk might have gotten open. Is that... Wait, is that out? No, I think it was in. Never mind. 1st and 10. Got Kittle. Let me go. Let me get that play in here, though. Play action. It's been working every time for us. So where is my magical play that's kind of been working for us? That's not it. Maybe it's this one. I mean, it's kind of the same route, so we'll take it. Kittle could still kind of get open on this route. Murdoch, it's not exactly the play that was earlier, but I think I'm going to have Kittle wide open again. Is this cheesy? Because I don't know, man. He dropped it. Maybe I should have just possessioned it. But you know what? Same thing. Actually, we don't even have, we have Murdoch on the route. I want to throw it to Kittle, not damn Murdoch. Scramble this. I'm going to scramble this, and I'm going to slide for the first down. I'm going to use my first timeout with 19 seconds left. Getting a lot of gameplay today, boys. I mean, I don't know. It just kind of it's kind of what it is here. So play action again. Wow, they're playing deep. So they're not going to allow me to bomb them over the top. I can get Ayuk, though. I think I can get Ayuk wide open for sure. So I'm going to have Brandon Ayuk wide open. We'll take that. Get out of bounds. We're going to save 2 timeouts on top of that as well. So if you want to play that deep coverage, I'll just get in field goal range. If that's what you want to do, that's all I need to do. So let's just go to... Let's go back to... medium. Let's go medium pass. So let's go cross drag here. Got Ayuk on the opposite side of the field. I should have Elijah Moore hopefully open here. Maybe going towards the end zone. Maybe. We might get lucky. Maybe. I have B. Oh my goodness. I barely... Okay, that worked out. I don't know how. I don't even know who caught that, but 2 guys just ran into each other. We got the play, and we're on to the Super Bowl. Clutch plays out of your boy today. Let's get it, man. Let's get the Super Bowl. Let's see what we get to play. So now we get to play the 15-2 Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So as they run through all the coolers, but here we go. Can we come out and win this damn thing? Chiefs get a field goal to start things off, but we get a touchdown 7-3, and the Chiefs take the lead 10-7. Trey Lance, go get a score, my friend, and he does it 14-10. Defense is stepping up big time. It is 21-10. 17-21. This is a close game again. I'm feeling like I might have to jump into this. 17-28. Get a stop. We take the lead. Yes, we get another interception from Azeez Al-Share. Okay. Chiefs take it down. And nope, we are going to stop them from getting the ball back. And just like that, Trey Lance and the 49ers, after trading Deebo Samuel, win the Super Bowl here in Madden after your boy comes up with so many clutch plays. And we get our Super Bowl before all the draft rebuild starts. So that's an even bigger W. So this is the last rebuild before we get into all the draft rebuilds, because tonight is the NFL draft round 1, like I said. So tomorrow we'll be getting into some rebuilds with after the draft. So it'll be fun and exciting. So thank you guys for watching. Definitely leave it a like if you did enjoy this video. I'll let you watch the championship celebration, but this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.